your psychiatrist? Does he beat around the bush? What's he prescribing you? Lexapro, Xanax, it barely lets you function, but you can at least manage a dose to dull the panic. But now you never smile. The kids can't get you to play, so they feel like they're on trial.
What's up, everybody? I'm Skullz, and today we're listening to Tom Macdonald and Adam Calhoun, New World Order. I heard that Tom Macdonald was going to be dropping a track with a collaboration. I know it's kind of unorthodox for him. He usually works alone, but it seems like he tends to work with people he grew up with more than anything. But to my knowledge, Adam Calhoun is a pretty successful artist in his own right. And this is pretty cool because I've had a few people tell me that I should check out Adam Calhoun. I never have before. I don't know what he sounds like. I don't know what he does. I'm assuming he raps, but who knows? Either way, I'm sure I'll find something to enjoy from him. As for the title of the song, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm in for. And if you've been with the channel for a while, you know that I like a good political discussion. So this should definitely be an interesting one for me. But hey, if you're new here, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Helps the channel grow, helps the video reach more people, and I appreciate it a lot. All right, so let's not waste any more time and let's hop straight into Tom Macdonald's first video of 2022.
Here's the problem with America, the country is broken, cause they minds stay closed, but they mouths stay open. Get attacked and we blame terrorists, go broken, we blame the price, blame racists for the racism, but only if his skin is white. If we don't need guns, cause we can call the police.
I like that second line right out the gate. Yeah, their minds stay closed, but their mouths stay open. I think there's a lot of people who just feel like they need an opinion to be a part of the conversation, but I think something that we forget is that it's actually better not to have an opinion if you haven't researched, if you have no knowledge of it. You shouldn't just assume you know everything. You should try to listen to people from all walks of life and come to the most logical conclusion on your own. But instead, people recklessly say things as if it's the truth. And hey, there's a lot of people out there who talk a lot of nonsense, but they have a really good delivery in which they talk. So people latch onto that because they seem like they know what they're talking about. But a bad opinion or a bad argument is a bad opinion or a bad argument, regardless of how you dress it up. Just because you're good at articulating a bad point doesn't make your opinion more valid.
It's white. If we don't need guns, cause we can broken, we blame the price, blame racists for the racism, but only if his skin is white. If we don't need guns, cause we can call the police. We don't need fire extinguishers, call a fireman, please. You didn't want to build a wall and now the border is weak. Your favorite actor has a gate that's like 15 feet. Racism is gay, if you're offended, that's retarded. And tolerance is great until you speak and you're a target. If a white man paints his face black, he's a racist piece of garbage, but you put him in a dress and he's courageous and he's gorgeous. All these double standards, man, I'm tired of.
Yeah, man, that's the truth. He's definitely touched on these points before, but he's really good at articulating them, and he has the benefit of having the truth on his side. I'm sure most of you saw the whole, what was it, Matt Walsh on Dr. Phil. The thing that really annoyed me about that whole clip was that he sat up there and he tried to talk about how womanhood wasn't his to define, yet he was there to redefine womanhood. I mean, the whole thing, I guess he's trying to say, is that sex and gender are different, but they're not. I think the best way to articulate their side of the argument would be that you can be a guy who's very feminine. That's fine. Just because you're a guy and you dress up as a girl does not make you a girl. And just because you're a girl and you dress up as a guy doesn't make you a guy. Sex is the physical manifestation of nature, and we exist that way regardless of what words we use. The only reason why we put a label on it is so we can all better understand it and all be on the same page with each other. So when someone says woman, we all know what we're talking about. And to me, as a rapper who likes to use words, that annoys the hell out of me because the point of words are to communicate to people. And when you try to make words mean something different to everyone else, there's no point in using the word. Because the entire point is to communicate something, to give and receive information. So the whole argument just comes across as this weird sabotaging our means of communication. And I don't appreciate that at all because I think we need to communicate better than ever now. Especially with the internet, we need to be much more careful with what we say and try to speak the truth as often as we can.
His face black, he's a racist piece of garbage, but you put him in a dress and he's courageous and he's gorgeous. All these double standards, man, I'm tired of the noise. Freedom's an illusion if they censor your voice. Call a dad a deadbeat for neglecting his boys, but a mom kills a baby and you call it pro-choice. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose. Here's your medal to a new world order.
Your facts ain't facts unless you're censoring us. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know that's the truth, and it's a bullying tactic.
Good job, you lose. Here's your medal to a new world order.
Why they hate the flag, they try to burn it to the ground. Don't do that in front of me, I'ma let off a round. Pow, scream loud, burn the city down now. Put it on the news, make them all feel proud. Look, make a system where 85% of black people fill the prison. Is it cause they black or they make bad decisions? I ain't good at math, but it seems like it's division. Or is it white privilege? I believe politicians need to be locked up. Try to take our freedoms, that's how you get shot up. Got our back against the wall, try to just stop us. More guns, more ammunition, please stock up. Election gets...
So I really like his delivery. I really like his voice. I want to say he reminds me of someone in his delivery and his vocal tone, but I just can't think of the person right now.
I got memories to lose, man. I am in a rush.
And as for the whole 45% of the population in prison, it's black people, and all of them are there because they made bad decisions. I'm not 100% sure I'm behind that. Don't get me wrong. I think there's a lot of people in prison who make bad decisions. I think bad circumstances don't help anyone. If you've heard my song Pins and Needles, you understand that I know that people get caught up in cycles at a very young age, and it can be very hard to break it, whether it's drugs or other circumstances in your life. If that sinks its claws into you at a young age, it's just very hard to break free of. And people can do it, but it's difficult. But I think that gets a little downplayed sometimes, the effects that has on someone. And I think we'd benefit a little bit more from being a little bit more understanding there. But I see what Adam's doing here. The whole point really is to push back against that narrative of white privilege. Also, that stat can be a little weird because it's like 45% of the prisons are filled with black people. What crimes are they in there for? Like, what percentage is murder? What percentage is like non-violent weed offenses or something like that? And these are genuine questions. Like, I don't actually know. All I know is that if we have a lot of DAs like Kamala Harris was, then it's probably going to be a lot. But not just black people, a lot of white people too. These issues are hard to get into on like a small reaction, just because they're extraordinarily complicated. But I absolutely agree with what Adam's trying to say here. But also when he says, I'm not good at math, but it might be division. And now he pairs that up with the line, or maybe white privilege or something like that. It shows the self-awareness that this isn't a black or white issue. This is a propaganda issue. And that the entire point of all this is designed to separate us, divide us. It doesn't do any good. All it does is create more issues, and then the government comes in and promises they will fix them. They don't fix them. They just give the illusion of it being fixed, and then it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. They always do that. Hey, we're here, we're going to help you, just give us more money, and we'll solve this issue for you. And they never make things better.
Against the wall, try to just stop us. More guns, more ammunition, please stock up. Election gets rigged, rights get infringed. Take this syringe, frighten your kids, show up right where you live. Make me wanna grab a rifle and just go.
You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special to a new world order? Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose. Here's your medal to a new world order. And everyone blames white folks for every little bitty thing. We don't have no one to blame, we take responsibility. They tell you be a man, then call it toxic masculinity. Then when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility.
I don't understand
That was a line I haven't heard from him before. Let me hear it again.
Like toxic masculinity, then when you act too one to blame, we take responsibility. They tell you be a man, then call it toxic masculinity. Then when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility.
They tell you be a man and then call it toxic masculinity, but when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility. That's absolutely true. It just seems like it's a no-win situation with all these narratives, and it's clear they just don't want you to talk. They just want you to shut up, give up your platform, and be compliant and just let them steamroll over you with the narrative.
When you act too feminine, they call it white fragility.
I don't understand trans man with humility. I'm just trying to raise my kid the best of my ability. If I disagree, you try to cancel, get rid of me. You cancer, you can't be the answer, you killing me.
And I hate white supremacy just as much as you, but I ain't feeling guilty for something I didn't do. The system's killing everyone, it sucks, but it's true. They kill you, then they broadcast it and call it the news.
Or they'll brainwash you through social media feeds. And if you disagree, delete you immediately. Make America China pretty easy to see. I will always remember the land of the free.
You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose, here's your medal. To a new world order.
Oh man, okay, so they got a whole album coming out together? That's dope. If they're doing a whole album, I definitely wouldn't mind that. They're obviously on the same wavelength. This was a really good first impression from Adam. I really liked his delivery, I really like his voice, I really like what he has to say. Obviously, I had a couple reserves about that one line, but hey, I mean, like I said, these are complicated issues, and I understand the point of the song. The whole point is to hedge against the propaganda that they're spinning in the narrative of the news, and that white people are awful, I guess, and that our society is just completely systemically racist, which is just flat out not true and sends a horrible message to anyone who's listening, to think that people are just blatantly out there trying to be racist all the time. Our entire system. It's just not true. We have issues. There is some racism, but it doesn't make up the majority of things. It also doesn't help that there's a lot of double standards in how we sentence people, but state to state things are very, very different, and I feel like we don't really look at that. And it's just because there's a lot to look at. I mean, we just need to spread the information out more. We just need to give more people a platform who are experts in that to be able to talk and convey that information to us. But when this narrative-driven media runs most of the platforms, that's never going to get heard. All you're going to hear are people on the news propagating nonsense. But all right, guys, I'm going to end the video there. I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with me. If you like the video, consider hitting the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Helps the channel grow, helps the video reach more people, and I appreciate it a lot. And wherever you are, I hope you're having a good day, good night, and as always, I look forward to the next one. Peace.